Hi everyone, Wolf Branch Homestead here this evening, out with the goats for a little bit while we have just a tad bit of light here. Yusuke keeps coming back over because you want snacks because you had one snack and now you keep coming to check for snacks. He's like a little puppy dog, I swear. We might hear Woodward fly over. That's our American woodcock friend that's back in the area for the fall and winter time. Only had that one viewing up close of Woodward when we first noticed that the bird was back. But every evening about this time, you hear the whistle of those wings as Woodward flies over. Haven't heard it yet, though, but it's about that time. We're pretty close to Christmas here. We're only a few days away. And just going to do a little bit of a walk here and see what the woods looks like. There's not too much left for them to browse on. There's not a whole lot of green out here left. All these bare oak trees. You know, for the most part, I'm really glad mistletoe is one of those things that's considered a part of the holidays, holiday decor, but it's a good thing that we're not seeing it up here in these oak trees, that for the most part, they all look pretty darn healthy. So I'm glad of that. And these clusters over here that you're seeing, well, that's just pine trees. So glad that we're not really seeing any of that mistletoe. As best as I can understand, it's a parasite to the trees, and that's usually where we see it, is these oak trees around this area. But in regards to the holidays, you know, like we've been saying, hopefully you all have been having a good holiday season so far. Maybe you've got to chat with some loved ones, that you'll get some good food. You've been out and been able to see some lights, things like that. And if it's not going too well for you, hopefully it gets better. Hopefully you're in good health. I know right now, about this season, a lot of people start getting colds and things like that. So hopefully you're in good health. And if you're not feeling too well right now, hopefully that'll improve for you as well. But hoping that the Christmas season has been good for you all. Looking forward here to spending time with family and animals, having a bit of good food. And honestly, I get excited about giving people gifts because I love to surprise people and find, random things that they've talked about over the years. Maybe they have been looking all over for, or, just something that makes me think of them. I love having random gift ideas. That's one of my favorite parts, but definitely getting to see everybody and visit. We're gonna walk while we're out here real quick, speaking of leaves, and see if we can't find one of these American beech trees to show you all briefly. There's that little, right here in the middle, that big fluffed out kind of green spot is a little bay magnolia. It stays really small because of everything that's around it, but that's what that one is. It's not the laurel one, it's the magnolia. Just looking while we walk to see if we find any kind of artifacts by chance. The goats are happy to be out. It's still a little bit too warm right now. We haven't been walking out in the woods down the trails and by the branch yet because, there's just too much of a chance of snakes right now, because we went to having some really cold weather down in the upper 20s Fahrenheit. And here we are back in the 60s. It's bounced around a bunch, and then we'll have another little cold snap. So just still really too warm. Usually around here, always around Thanksgiving and Christmas, it pretty much rains every time, but it's just really warm right now. There were some beautiful clouds and sky earlier today. The sun coming through the clouds, just absolutely beautiful. Pardon me. But we haven't been out here and walked too deep in the woods because, you know, there's still a little bit of scrub grown up here. A lot of it's died back, but, you know, still so warm that I think we might come across ticks, and I really think we'll come across snakes. So we just got to be careful still. And once it cools down a little bit more, maybe we'll get out here and walk further. Let's walk over this way and go look for the beech trees. There's our Christmas tree here, our natural Christmas tree. Get the goats to walk by it so nobody tries to eat on it. They like to try to eat that tree. Well, specifically you. I'm talking about you because you're the one that usually does that. That cluster of green right there in the middle, that's another one of those little tiny magnolias. We've talked about it in the past, but for anybody new to the channel, this one in front of me actually is a bay laurel, but there's no leaves on it. But right here is the magnolia, and then next to it is the bay laurel, the sweet bay, and their leaves are totally different. The laurel has a really skinny, narrow leaf and smaller, and then that one right there has these big kind of oval, round-shaped leaves, so they're different. And the sweet bay also smells different. Yusuke's trying to go back there and get some of that bay laurel. He likes to grab a little bit and then walk on. But we're going to go see our beech tree here and try to show you up close. There's some of that sweet bay right there, those long, skinny leaves. But here's the beech tree. And we've talked about this before in the past too. But the American beech is a really neat tree to see out here in the wintertime. It has those green leaves during the, you know, springtime, but and through the summer, even into part of fall. Then the leaves start to die and fall off, but then some of them stay on here and they turn this orangish gold kind of color. And that's how you can tell these trees out in the woods. You can pick them out from a distance because they'll still, even though they've dropped most of their leaves, they still have a bunch left on there. And that's why we call it the gold of the woods, because you can pick out those golden leaves from a distance. We've lost so much light now that it's really hard to see. We'll have to show you on a better day. But there's quite a few of them out here with a decent amount of leaves. They're still, you know, we've got the bay, they stay pretty green. We've got some of these smaller oak saplings that also have some gold on them. But mainly that, you can see how many are on there. And that one right there, you know, there's a few out here, but for the most part, it's that one that's over behind us here. You can still see a little bit of the clouds. But that one right there is kind of a good example. And again, we'll show you some better daylight views of them where you can look out in the woods with us and kind of pick them out. But the beech trees have officially turned their golden color. I think the last time we checked in, they hadn't quite dropped all their leaves and the leaves weren't fully changed yet. But they have turned a full golden color. We'll have to come back out here too and see some of these holly bushes that have came up. You know, another thing that people like to decorate with during the holidays is that holly. Oh my. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Got some big full bellies. But that's it for now. It's getting a little bit too dark, and we still got to put our turkeys and ducks up, get these goats put up, get all the rest of the chores finished. But just thought you all might want to join on a little bit of a walk here and ramble, see the beech tree up close a little bit. And, you know, again, just sending everybody good holiday wishes and hoping everybody's doing well. What have you done? You've got a vine stuck there. Got out of it there, okay. But again, I appreciate you all coming with us and joining for a little bit. Hope everybody's doing well. It's been a little bit busy around here. Lots of projects going on and lots to do, especially around the holiday season. So we've not been able to do too many videos and stuff here lately or live streams because also, you know, with the weather, we've had some rain on and off. So when we get a minute, of course, it's when it's raining. So there's not much to be done outside and we can't stream either. But hoping to pick all that back up as we get into the new year, you know, do a recap with you all of just kind of looking back on the year and saying thank you. Reflecting on how the channel's grown and things like that. And we haven't made a thank you video yet for reaching our 1,100 subscribers, but we're a little bit past that now. I think we're like until I think the last I saw was 1,142 or 43. So thank you to each and every one of you. Again, you know, we'll go back and recap on that at the end of the year and say thank you again, but just never thought that we'd be here in this year seeing 1,000 subscribers and beyond, which is amazing. So thank you again, everybody, and have appreciated you all and enjoyed sharing everything. And again, genuinely, you know, hoping everybody's doing well and that the holiday season's a good one for you. Like I said, after we get through all of this, then hopefully we'll be having time more to share some more videos and live streams with you all. And got to do our yearly tradition with Yusuke of dressing him up a little bit like he's Santa Claus, getting him to run down the trail. Might do that tomorrow. But again, for now, that's it. We're going to go get everything finished up. We appreciate you all. And as always, until the next video or live stream, take care, everybody.